Hi, I'm Scott Willison with the Confluence Fly Shop in Bellingham, Washington, here for Daniki Outdoors. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to splice a loop in Airflow's Miracle Braid, which makes an exceptional running line for spey rods or single-hand shooting head systems. So the tools you're going to need to do this, you're going to need a splicing needle of some sort. In this case I've used 44-pound single-strand wire. Simply cut a section and then double it over on itself here. And I've used about a foot of it and then just bent it in half. You may need a pair of forceps for this.
Stay over the paper.
And then some scissors for cutting the material as well. So the first thing we have to do with the Miracle Braid is remove a portion of the floating core. This is not the part that gives it its strength.
Close to the paper.
But in order for this loop to be nice and strong, the slippery core has to be removed. If you fray the ends, you'll notice a little white filament sticking out there. At this point, you want to pull about 1.5 feet or so out of the material. And if you're having a hard time locating the core, a lot of times those forceps will help. And then I just pull that with my hands and I can discard that piece there. I'm then going to straighten out the material here. And about 1.5 feet down in the material, I'm going to start by just inserting my splicing needle or my wire into the side of the material. This is the tricky part. And then I push that up a couple of inches here. And then I'll exit the wire out the side. I will then take the end of it and put it in the loop here. And I'm simply going to pull the wire back through the original entrance. And I've got the start of my loop here. And then we're simply going to repeat the process. I'm going to move down the Miracle Braid another 2-3 inches and then insert the needle into the side of the material as well. And then I'm going to run that up to right below where the tag end of the Miracle Braid is exited. And then once again, pull the wire out the side. I'm going to insert the tag end through the loop in the wire and pull it back through itself. Now at this point I have two options. If my loop is the size that I want it, I can simply cut this tag end off and pull it back into the material a little bit. If I want a larger loop, as I often do for fishing on a spey rod, I want my loop to be big enough to pass an entire coiled Skagit head through the Miracle Braid without having to unravel it. So you'll find that one end of the loop pulls pretty freely. To enlarge the loop, just pull that material and straighten it out until you can see that that tag end of the Miracle Braid is buried back in inside the core. And then voila, I've got a nice super strong spliced loop here. This makes a great running line here. It has a tendency not to tangle. Reduced friction going through the guides. It's great stuff. The very last thing I am going to do is apply just a small drop of Brush On Zap-A-Gap just to the very end of where that tag end is buried back in the material. I don't want to coat the whole loop in Aqua Seal, Plyo Bond, or anything like that. If you coat it, you sacrifice the integrity and the strength of the loop. This is one of those Chinese finger puzzles where the tighter you pull, the more it's going to grip back into itself. And there I have a super strong loop. Without any knots, it's going to go through the guides very freely. So I hope this video on how to splice a loop in backing or Miracle Braid was beneficial. Come visit us at the Confluence Fly Shop next time you're in Bellingham, Washington. Thanks a lot.